Hello everyone, my name is NewFlowerGirl, which you can call me Demi, and welcome back to another video. We are back with the Aftertalks. It's season 2025 of Formula 1, and we're gonna go and talk about what happens in March, because we had 2 races in March, and they're all done, so yeah. Now we have to wait 2 weeks, and then we go to April. Yeah. Anyway. By the way, I used the template from the first Aftertalk that I've done in this style, so yeah. It was easier like that, you know? What are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to be talking about Formula 1 Rolex Australian Grand Prix. Going to be talking about Formula 1 Heineken Chinese Grand Prix. I've made an F1 bingo card, so we'll take a look at that, everything that I've crossed off and stuff, which isn't much really. The current championship standings, both drivers and teams, and then where to next. So, yeah, here we have the track of the Formula 1 Rolex Australian Grand Prix. Melbourne, Albert Park, 2 DRS detection zones, for basically 4 DRS zones. Weird, right? It's like if you're behind someone at DRS detection zone number 2, and you're ahead at zone 1, you have DRS again. It's so weird how that goes. Anyway, for the rookies, Ollie Babin, he had a bit of a rough start. He had a big shunt in FP1, and in FP3 he got stuck in gravel. In FP2 he didn't drive because, well, yeah, there was too much damage. And in qualifying he had gearbox issues. He was able to drive the race though, and he finished it, which is good. So yeah, stay out of trouble. In qualifying, Papaya had a front row lockout. The front row was coloured papaya, which meant that McLaren had a 1-2. Lando Norris was on pole. Then Sunday came around. We already saw it in qualifying. The clouds has become dark. I've become all dramatic. Why am I like this? Okay. It started to rain, okay? It started to rain. Formula 2, the Sunday race, they didn't even drive the Formula 2 because it was too wet. Formula 3, they did race. They did 3 laps behind the safety car. Like formation laps, and then did a rolling start, and then they got underway. They were all, I think that race was pretty alright, but yeah. Formula 1, they did a normal start, you know, standing start, which was alright. I mean, Max did a great start. But before that, we had to get to the formation lap. Unfortunately, Isaac Hadjar's formation lap only lasted 2 turns, from which he kind of slipped in turn 2. So in Formula 1, there's a rule, but I think in racing in general, there is a rule. If you go onto the line, if it's raining, like if you go onto painted lines, curbstones, or grass, 9 out of 10 times you're gonna lose it. Unfortunately, most of the guys that crashed out during this Grand Prix, they went onto a painted line. Now, this is a straight circuit, so there are painted lines almost absolutely everywhere. And you can't really avoid it, but, you know, sometimes you have to. The start was aborted eventually because, you know, they had to get the car out. They got going, so yeah. And then Jack Doohan crashed. He was onto a painted line in the middle of the road, spun, hit the wall pretty hard. Safety car came out, no red flag, luckily. I remember one race where there were 3 red flags. That was just chaos. That was 2023. I did enjoy that race though. It was chaos. I loved it. But yeah, when the safety car came out, Carlos Sainz on the other side of the track spun and crashed into the final corner, also onto a painted line. Crazy, right? Alonso crashed too, but this was when they were on slick tyres. He went a little too wide, going into number 6, going into turn 6. I have to get it all in my head. You know what, I'm going to get that image up on my phone of the track, so I know what turn I'm talking about for myself, you know. Schedule. Australia. Circuit. There we go. Now I have the image. But yeah, that was turn 6, going into 7, and he basically was stopped at number 8. Yeah. Like I said, the track started to dry up, but later rain came back and chaos erupted. I'm all for chaos, you know that. The McLarens went off into the gravel. They both got back going again, but that was like turn exit turn 12 where they went off. Oscar went a bit onto the grass going into 13, which made it so he did not have enough traction, and he spun going into 13. Lando managed to get going straight away into the pits, getting the inters. Max actually kept going, which was odd, but luckily Oscar did not retire from his home Grand Prix. Under loud cheers from his home crowd, he got going again. I don't yet know what happened to Bortoleto. Either a rear suspension failure or something, or another painted line. But he had, it really did look like a rear suspension failure, because all of a sudden it just snapped. He didn't crash into a wall until after it snapped. So it must have been a rear suspension failure. I will look it up for you. No, I'm not. You guys can tell me in the comments if I'm right about that. Liam Lawson crashed in the same way that Isaac Hadjar went. So that's fun. Exactly the same spot as well. And Charles Leclerc, he spun, but got going again. Bortoleto got a 5-second time penalty for an unsafe release during a pit stop. It was really obvious. Like, really obvious. And Antonelli, Kimi, he got one too. Lando Norris wins the first Grand Prix, with Max Verstappen second and George Russell sitting pretty at number 3. Kind of like an invisible race for him, to be honest. P4 for Albon. Wow. That I definitely did not see that coming, like that early in the morning. But this was after Antonelli's penalty. Antonelli got P5. Ollie Behrman managed to finish the race with only one spin, for as far as I know, which wasn't actually in replay. I actually saw a radio compilation video from Formula 1, and it basically showed a spin of Ollie Behrman. But he finished P14. I don't think he was last. He might have been last. Yeah, he was last, but he finished. And that's all that matters, really. But then, oh yeah, Max Verstappen's championship lead, it got broken. It got ended by Lando Norris. Insane. The man has had like 1,000 something days championship lead streak. That's insane. And yeah, that's what I was hoping for to come. Kimi Antonelli's penalty for unsafe release got dismissed with new evidence. Antonelli got back his P4 and Albon got to P5. And now we go to the next track. Next track. Shanghai International Circuit for the Formula 1 Heineken Chinese Grand Prix. It's a lovely track, by the way. Turn 2 is just so, like, Turn 2 is so difficult for the drivers. Like, Leclerc the whole race, Leclerc has been curb riding there. He's been riding onto the curbs. His engineer told him to not do it, and what did Leclerc say? Nope, not doing it. But yeah, turn 14 hairpin, that's insane too. There was a couple of amazing overtakes. Most of them were done by Ollie Behrman, I can tell you. A couple of switchbacks, they were amazing. He did so good this race. It was a sprint weekend, so we'll have 2 slides about this. Lawson out in SQ1. In all honesty, bring back Perez. He would have gone closer to SQ2 because Lawson was 20th. Really, just bring back Perez. Perez was like a few hundredth away or a few tenth away. Lawson is a few seconds away. But Lewis Hamilton got sprint pole. He really deserved that one though. He really did. Lawson hit 2 drivers during the sprint. No action taken from race control. Yeah, he actually forced Doohan off the track, and then he also hit one of the Saubers. Yeah, honestly, it was kind of dirty. Doohan spun Bortoleto around, and Hulkenberg hit him at the end of the race. Have fun. Some debris on the track. Lewis Hamilton won with Oscar Piastri second and Max Verstappen third. And it's really bugging me that the RD is not small like ND. It's bugging me. Anyway, off to Saturday afternoon. Liam Lawson out in Q1. He was dead last, I believe. Oscar Piastri at pole this time. George Russell was second. Surprisingly, I was shocked. I was completely shocked when I saw that happening. It was amazing though. Good job, George Russell. And then Lando got P3. Max had P6. Liam Lawson at start from the pits. How fun. Leclerc broken front wing after hitting Hamilton. Yeah, he basically hit the rear tire of Hamilton with one of the sides of the front wing, and it basically broke off the wing end plate, and the wing was not stable at all. It basically acted like a flexi wing, which is banned, by the way, during the rest of the race. Leclerc was going to go and pit for the new front wing, but he didn't. He didn't do that. Keep in mind what I just said. He did not change his broken front wing. So my mum explained something else. I will explain what she said at the end, because we have a lot more to go and a few more other things to say. But the letter spun. Poor man. poor Brazilian. But he did not hit the wall. Well, maybe a little left out, but not that I heard it. But he got going again relatively quickly. Yeah. So he didn't lose that much time at all. He wasn't even last. Even in the timing, he wasn't last. When the even when when penalties were given, I believe. Yeah, no, not even when the penalty was given. When a certain penalty was given, even then he wasn't last. He wasn't even affected by a penalty. Okay, never mind. Right. Fernando Alonso. This is not the start he hoped for. Because he retired on lap 4 with brake issues. Pierre Gasly was behind him and said on the radio, his brakes are on fire. And basically right after that the team was like, you know, you gotta retire, slow down, you got no brakes. Oh, Fernando was like, I've got no brakes. So yeah. Brakes no work. Yuki Tsunoda's front wing broke on a weird place. He hadn't hit anyone. So, I'm going to try and explain it to you guys. Imagine you have a front wing in front of you. Basically where the bit between the wing end plate and where it's connected to the nose of the car. There it broke off. More towards the nose of the car. Okay? That's where it broke off. It was so weird. I mean, it might have been just a bump in the road that I hit, but it was weird, you know? Lando's brake pedal went long near the end of the race. I gotta explain that a bit for the newer F1 fans. If your brake pedal goes long, it means that there's air in your, in like the pipes, the tubes, that transport the brake fluid. And a brake pedal in Formula 1 is heavy. Like you have to really press it hard. Like these guys, they've got lots of leg muscle, so for them it's not much. I don't have that much leg muscle, so I'm terrible at it. So that's why when I play F1, I have auto brake on. Yeah. Yeah, it was near the end of the race, it wasn't in the middle of the race or something, because otherwise he would have gotten the meatball flag. Turns out only the Dutch called the black flag with an orange circle the meatball flag. Why? Because it's so easy, like you're not going to say, oh, he's been shown the black flag with the orange circle. That's such a mouthful. Like you just say like, oh, he's got the meatball flag. So much easier. Jack Doohan forced Isaac Hadjar off track. That gave him a 10-second time penalty. Jack Doohan now has more penalty points than Grand Prix points. You're welcome. Lando's brake problem actually got critical. He had to use engine brake via the engine, basically, roll into the corners, and he lost quite a lot of time. That was in the last lap. So yeah. But he was coached pretty nicely and managed to bring it home in second behind his teammate Oscar Piastri. Yeah. His first win of 2025. And George Russell, MP3 again. If Russell is consistent this entire season, he might take the championship. Because like he once said, consistency is key. That really is important. And Ollie Behrman got points. I'm so proud of him. He's my favourite driver for this year. And he managed to get 1 point. As well as Esteban Ocon in P7. He got points too. Amazing. Double points for Haas. But then, we got the news that Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly and Lewis Hamilton got disqualified. Let me explain. Leclerc and Gasly, both their cars were underweight. Remember that front wing that Leclerc did not change. My mother said that the front wing that they had prepared to be changed, to be swapped out for the broken one, was heavier than the one that was already on the car. So Ferrari have actually ruined Leclerc's race there. I don't know what was the deal with Gasly, but it's also underweight. Lewis Hamilton had a floor infraction. A skid plate infraction was a little bit too much off, I think. A little too much damage onto it. But this means that Haas finished P5 and P8. Insane, guys. This is insane. When I found out, I was like, oh my god. And everyone who finished behind the Ferraris moved up 2 places. Everyone behind Gasly moved up 1 additional space. So let me go to the results. So Hamilton and Leclerc finished 5 and 6. So Ocon, Antonelli, Albon, and Behmen, they moved up 2 spots. And Stroll, everyone's down from Stroll, so Stroll, Sainz, Hadjar, Lawson, Doohan, Bortoleto, Hulkenberg and Tsunoda finished, basically moved up 3 spots, because they already moved up 2 from Hamilton and Leclerc and another 1 from Gasly. But this is the first time that both Ferrari drivers have been disqualified. And also, this is the first time that Lewis Hamilton has won a race and has been disqualified in the same weekend. The jokes, the clown team that is Ferrari are only just getting started. Anyway, my bingo cards. So you know how I made my bingo cards. I've done this this is now my 3rd year, and yeah, you remember what I made. So we had a rain race, which was Australia. 2 of the rookies have scored points, which are number 12, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and 87, Ollie Behrman. Yeah. I voted Ollie driver of the day. It was Kimi who got it. Yeah. Oh wait, Lewis wins with Ferrari. I forgot that one. Just imagine a giant cross through Lewis wins with Ferrari. I'm actually going to do it right now so I don't forget. How am I such an idiot? This one. Markup. And the cross is set. There we go. There we go. You guys won't be able to see it until the April Aftertalk, but it is there, trust me. So yeah. I'm gonna go to the driver standings now. Yeah. Lando Norris leads with 44 points. Max is pretty close with 36. Russell is behind that with 1 point less. Oscar with 1 point less than Russell. Kimi has gone 22 points. Albon 16. He's actually right now gone more than he's gone in all of 2024. Insane. Ocon and Stroll both have 10 points. Hamilton 9, Leclerc 8, Russell 6, Oli 4, Yuki Tsunoda 3 points, and Sainz 1, which he got in China. Now we have Hadja, Gasly, Lawson, Doohan, Bortoleto, and Alonso with 0 points. Poor Alonso. He can't catch a break. The constructor standings. McLaren with 78 in P1. Mercedes with 57. Red Bull Racing with 36. Basically, Max has been carrying. Williams with 17, same as Ferrari. Williams have also exceeded their maximum the most amount of points that they have had. They've actually exceeded their total of last year. Haas with 14, Aston Martin with 10, which only came from Lance Stroll. Kicksauer with 6, Visa Cash App Racing Bulls with 3 points, and Alpine with 0. Where to next? For April, we have 3 Grand Prix ready for you guys. We have the Formula 1 Lenovo Japanese Grand Prix, which is the 4th till the 6th. Then we're going to go to Bahrain at the 11th till the 13th. We're lucky that it isn't Friday the 13th then. And then finally, we're going to go to Saudi Arabia at the 18th till the 20th. I think this is a triple header. Let me quickly check my calendar. If it's triple header. Might be. Come on. Oh my god, it's a triple header. It's a triple header, guys. That's insane. That's insane and fun. I mean, we've had a double header, and now we're going to go to a triple header. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, then please be sure to subscribe, and also please be sure to leave a like, and also consider subscribing if you're up for the chaos that is Formula 1. But that's it from me for now, and I shall see you guys in another video. Goodbye!